Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area. I'll read out this week's topics, then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely lines from a sci-fi film or TV show.
OK, I've done it. The time machine is complete. Now, your mission is to go back to 1890 and milkshake baby Hitler.
Arnold Schwarzenegger versus R. Kelly. This time the predator is sexual.
We are the last survivors of a proud people, a people destroyed by a pointless war, by stupidity and incompetence. We are the Conservatives.
There's an alien in your stomach, but it has to stay there because that is God's will, and this is Alabama.
So I'm the blue Power Ranger, that's the green Power Ranger, that's the yellow Power Ranger, and over there is the white the Power Ranger who wears white.
Oh, the hyperdrive has blown, Captain. We'll have to get an Uber.
Luke, I am your father, but I can't prove it because Jeremy Kyle has gone off air.
I'm not sure what they are, sir. They're not humans. I think they are Kardashians.
Fire the photon, Ray. Ray, fire the photon.
Dave, it is an amazing piece of technology sent from the future to facilitate our species. If you unloaded it now and then, you'd also know it was a dishwasher.
We're going to have to open up a wormhole and go back in time. I've just sent a dick pic to my dad.
Yeah, so the rent on this spaceship is about 4K a month, but there's a cafe that does a banging avo on toast. Anyway, welcome to the Millennial Falcon.
Captain, the galaxy has shrunk. Oh, no, I just got out of a box of celebrations.
Warp factor 9 in a warp 7 limit. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Oh, my God. It's a slimy creature. It appears to be humanoid in form. It's coming out of your vagina. No, I am not a qualified midwife. Sorry.
What's that? E.T. phone home? You'll be doing more than phoning, mate. Brexit means Brexit.
Oh, my God, is that the Terminator? Oh, no, it can't be. We live in Alabama.
OK, our next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
New, nothing in a tin. Does exactly what it says on the tin.
It's 2 for 1 all week in Boots because nobody wants one boot.
Want to stop perspiration for 24 hours? Then do fuck all for 24 hours.
This memory foam mattress is perfect for a good night's sleep and for having sex with your husband's brother.
Mum deodorant for when your mum pongs a bit.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Have you tried looking at boobs?
Do you want to leave your children a lump sum after you die? Me neither. So get on bet.com. Stick it on the horse.
I got my testicles trapped in a Dyson, and now we're both bagless.
Is your bed wet first thing in the morning? Have you got bird shit in your hair? You need a roof!
And now, in a break from usual advertising standards, the next commercial will not be voiced by Hugh Dennis.
The odds on whether I've got nodules on my vocal cords is on your screen now.
Do you keep falling over and you're not sure how to respond? Try TripAdvisor.
STD clinics, because you don't know what you've got till it's gonorrhea.
Why not indulge in our new Game of Thrones massage? It'll go on forever, and you'll definitely not get a happy ending.
Remember, when the fun stops, another bet may perk you up a bit.
Want a great way to lose weight that's also good for the environment? Die.
Lemsip Max, go to work, infect other people, no one will know it was you.
We here at EE would like to announce our merger with 3 Mobile. Welcome to 3.
I'm Nigel Farage. I say we cancel Brexit and show compassion to refugees. Oh, have a Snickers, Nigel. You're not you when you're hungry.
Wind chimes, for when your neighbours don't think you're enough of a fucking prick.
Things you wouldn't hear on a history documentary.
Now, while this may look like an ordinary car park in Leicester, this is actually the final resting place of my hymen.
It's on this very spot in Dallas, overlooking the president's motorcade, that John F. Kennedy is going to die.
And it was here in this field that the fighting started. It was Glastonbury 2015 and some prick nicked my tent.
The Trojans had been fooled by a wooden horse. They would never bet on the Grand National again.
I'm walking on the outside of this castle because of my National Trust lifetime ban.
It's 1856, but it'll be 1903 before the Southern train arrives.
Henry VIII liked his wives to be athletic, and that was her downfall. She wouldn't run, she wouldn't walk. She would simply Anne Boleyn.
And so the king appointed a viceroy as a replacement for his regular Roy.
We talk a lot about Winston Churchill's achievements, but we don't talk nearly enough about that ass!
It's 1066, so that can only mean one thing. I shouldn't have bought my digital watch from a market.
Before dawn, the carts would all come out to collect the bodies. That is until the day that Prince Philip finally handed in his driving licence.
As the door was opened, he uttered the words which would start the Russian Revolution. "Excuse me," he said. "Is Lenin?"
This was a time before Sigourney Weaver, when everyone else had to weave their own Sigourneys.
incensed that both Henry and Edward had become king, Thomas the Tank Engine plotted revolt.
Of course, we talk a lot about Richard the Lionheart, but we seldom talk about his brother, William the Leopard Scrotum.
And the tyrannical leader took his own life in the bunker. Is what I hope for every time Trump goes golfing.
Isambard Kingdom Brunel died as the most famous, stupidest named person in the world.
Today, we look at one of the key figures of the Ming Dynasty, your mum.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in hospital.
We need a drip. Somebody get me Michael Gove.
Now, the good news is your blood results have come back clear. The bad news is blood shouldn't be clear.
Oh, my God, yay! £350 million! Great news, thanks.
Time of death, Pim's o'clock.
Look, if you squeeze his drip really hard, he gets an erection.
I'm a junior doctor and I get paid enough.
Erectile dysfunction, you say? Does it hurt when I do this? And does it feel amazing when I do this?
Now, you have pneumonia. Would you like to keep that or gamble for the big prize?
I remember when my dick looked that young.
I am the leading gynecologist in this hospital. I work in the cafe, but I'm a bit of a legend.
Would anybody like a hand? I've just found a hand.
You have cancer. Sorry, you're having a cancer. Your baby is due July 15th.
Well, the good news, it's not spread. It might be jam or peanut butter.
I see you. I see you. No, can you tell me the way to the ICU?
We've had a look at your X-ray, and what we've found might alarm you. There's a big skeleton living in your body.
Yes, I think it's a curvature of the upper spine, but it's just a hunch.
Good news, Mrs. May. We managed to have your tear ducts repaired just in time for your big speech.
All right, the end of the points. Unlikely lines from a thriller.
We've got the girl. You can have her if you give us the money. OK, but this is the rudest dating agency I've ever used.
The missiles are heading for us, Prime Minister. We need a decision now. Thank you. He's putting it to the party conference in October.
Welcome to my haunted mansion. If these walls could talk, I'd almost certainly have masturbated less.
A shark from Jaws has spawned. It's baby shark. Do.
Hand me that gun. And that magazine. There's a really good article in it on how to use this gun.
So I got a message from the kidnappers. They said that if I hand over Aunt Esther, they'll give us back the children. Yes, it's an Esther ransom.
Agent Jones, I need you to follow him as closely as you can. I'll be right behind you. Yeah, I know how a conga works.
Yeah, it's still there. Yep. I wish I'd never been to that perfume counter.
I don't care who you are, I will find you and I will kill you or someone of a similar racial profile.
Are you still using Google? I have something to show you. Ecosia is a search engine just like Google, so you can search for a hotel or general information you need.
I have a shot. I have a shot. I can take the shot. Do I have permission to fire? I have the shot. No, for the last time, our job is to protect President Trump.
A new name and a new identity. No, I'm afraid that's not possible, Mrs. May.
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. Oh, he's refused it? Well, then I'll make the offer again, and again, and then everyone's going to make me quit. Theresa May in The Godfather.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to hand in your badge. A Blue Peter presenter cannot be caught wanking in the garden.
No, this bag stays with me at all times. It contains items that are very special to me. My testicles.
My ass is on the line here. Would you like me to take it down so you can hang the washing up?
Just when I thought the case couldn't get any worse, it didn't.
Give me a name! Give me a name! The christening is in an hour.
You talking to me? Are you talking to me? No, sorry, Romesh, you just got a lazy eye. It's quite hard to tell who you are.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear at an award show.
Well, ironically, the winner of the best German sausage is the first.
And here's a tribute to all the people who haven't died yet, but I really hope they do.
And the award for clearest example that TV commissioners have run out of ideas goes to Comedy Central for Dara O'Brien's Blockbusters.
Those kids deserve to be on the telly as much as anyone.
Welcome to the Tonys. If you're not called Tony, fuck off.
And the winner of Freestyle Rapper of the Year is Nish Kumar. My name is Nish, and I'm here. I should have written it down.
Welcome to the National Car Key Awards. But first, let's take a look at some of the keys we have lost this year.
And the winner of most drawn-out pause at an award ceremony goes to...
And now we come on to the Balloon d'Or, the most coveted award here at this year's National Balloon Award.
And now for Sat-Nav of the Year. And I can honestly say, without this Sat-Nav, I would not be where I am today.
And now we move to the in memoriam section of the evening, or as it's now to be known, the ones who didn't turn out to be pedos.
And the Duke of Edinburgh Award for driving this year goes to Ant McPartlin.
The Uber driver of the year will be here in 4 minutes.
And there we have it, the winner of Saudi Thief of the Year. Please, give him a hand.
It's me!
Oh, wow, I'll tell you, this statuette's going right up my husband on a get home. That's a bet, darling!
And the winner of the Origami Award goes to...
Well, I don't mind telling you, I have got a lump in my throat. This is the Medical Misdiagnosis Award.
Unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
Wimbledon, day 3. Still not seen one fucking womble.
Pass, 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 another pass. Sorry, I'm on Tinder.
Welcome to coverage of the first ever Willy Wonka Olympics officiated by the umpire, the lumpire and the dumpity dumpire.
Oh, and that's some excellent curling. I have never seen a dog take a shit like that before.
And that was 9.6 seconds! Sorry, darling.
There is Hamilton. Hamilton is driving at 180 miles an hour. This is not the musical I expected.
Welcome to the Tour de France, presented by Francis Della Tour de France.
And now it is just Mo Farah against the clock, which doesn't seem fair. It doesn't even have legs. It is just a clock.
And he's gone down in the box. Fair enough, it is her birthday.
Well, after arriving at the wrong nation, England believe they have now arrived at the correct one. They think it's Moldova. It is now.
And welcome to our 5th day at the Oval today. Don't it go on?
And that's a clean entry, very little splashing and a lovely flick at the end. This really is the most impressive urine sample I've ever witnessed.
Well, you have to hand it to relay runners, don't you?
Oh, the parachute has failed to open at 300 metres, and you can't make mistakes like that at this level.
Oh, this is the campest Grand National I've ever seen. Oh, sorry, it's the dressage.
Has that crossed the line? She's calling HR, so I think it did.
Oh, and he scored! What a weekend Michael Gove is going to have.
The next topic is unlikely lines from a romantic novel.
I know I promised you fellatio for your birthday, she said. But they didn't have any, so I got some vermicelli.
Ever since our night of passion, I've burned for you, she said. Desire? He asked. No, cystitis, she said.
Turn the light off, she said. What about all the boats? Said the lighthouse keepers.
I'm not the most sexually minded man, George told her, and I know that the average man supposedly thinks about sex every dick sucking. 6 seconds.
Be mine. Had she heard right? No, he said. B minus. This essay is shit.
Anastasia Steele stood in front of Christian Grey, dressed as a mummy. Oh, I'm sorry, she said. I thought you said you were into bandage.
She'd never forget his first words to her. Cheer up, love, might never happen.
He gasped as her hair cascaded down. Well, it was February. Who waxes in winter?
Carry me upstairs, she said. I'd rather not, said the lighthouse keeper.
Simon sidled across the nightclub floor and used the one chat-up line he knew always worked. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Lucifer!
He was literally perfect in every way, as far as she could tell from the dick pic.
He took off her top and did what makes all the girls go crazy. Honk, honk!
I wish I knew how to quit you, said Michael, honking another massive line of cocaine.
Our relationship is on the rocks. That's inevitable, said the lighthouse keeper.
She felt the stranger's hand slide round from behind and gently cup her breasts. She's a double 38G! We're gonna need the mega cut!
I am with child, she said. Yeah, but you're not actually a child, so it's still full fare.
He stood before her almost naked and slowly reached down. No, she whispered. Leave your socks on.
Molly was stunned as she reached into the bucket of popcorn next to her and grasped a big handful of her boyfriend's penis. After all, she'd gone to the cinema alone.
At that moment, she knew, with butterflies in her stomach, that she was banned from the London Zoo Butterfly House.
Rejected exam questions.
History of modern art, question 1. What the fuck is that meant to be?
No deal Brexit technology. Using only a battery and a dead rat, create a solar panel to heat your last tin of beans.
If you have 2 lanes of equal length, how long is it until you can run for Prime Minister?
If Susie has 3 apples and 2 bananas, what is the probability she's already told you about her new plant-based diet?
Draw a perfect sphere. You may use a protractor and Dara O'Brien's head as a guide.
Political science. Boris Johnson is set to be the next Prime Minister of Great Britain. Please explain how without using the term clusterfuck.
If Mary has 6 apples, Thomas has 4 apples, and Gavin has a knife, who has the apples?
Solve X and Y by asking my ex, why?
Animal husbandry, question 1. Do you take the sheep to be your lawful wedded husband?
A-level statistics, question 1. What percentage of you lot are virgins?
If a milkshake is travelling towards a fascist at 30 miles an hour, how funny is that?
Metalwork. Fashion a toast rack. Heavy metalwork. Make a double album about your love of Satan.
Without using the letter C, spell Jeremy Hunt.
Chemistry. Do we have it? Because I just feel like there's a bit of a thing between us.
Panel show host qualification exam. Can you work a poxy buzzer?
Who knew?
If a boy is bullied at school for 8 hours a day and he has to use comedy as a defence mechanism, who's the real loser now, Neil Johnson?
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a gardening programme.
And this is the soil where I spread my seed last week. In fairness, I didn't know the cameras were on.
Well, they look like onions, but they're not onions. They're my testicles.
I got the lawnmower from Halfords, I got the rake from B&Q, and I got the hoe from singlesexybabesinmyarea.com.
These are my peonies, and these is my peonies.
Gardening. All the effort of farming, but none of the profit.
So now that we've filled the hole, let's pop off into town to the pet shop and try and find an identical dog.
People ask me, why do you grow vegetables? And the answer is, I don't know. It's much cheaper in Tesco's, and I could have had a life.
This beautiful rose is just like my wife. Vibrant, full of life. And if you try and touch it, you feel a prick. Why did you leave me, Karen?
Welcome to Gardening with Michael Gove!
As you can see, these blackberries aren't doing very well, and that is because the technology is shit and not compatible with anything.
It's great to have a part of your garden that attracts wildlife.
Sweet pea. Often overlooked, but shouldn't be, as it could be the first symptom of type 2 diabetes.
Well, to be honest, I would dig it out with a spade, but I've never seen a blackhead like it.
Welcome to the Garden of Remembrance. Ah, there's where I left my keys.
There are hard and fast rules when it comes to laying turf. Sod's law.
I keep all my gardening equipment in different places. I've got hose in different area codes.
Okay,
Bullshit!
I got one more. Oh, one more. Okay, one more, yeah.
There's hard and fast rules when you're laying turf. Sod's law!
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Maisie and Anne. Unlikely lines from a horror movie.
Here's Johnson!
I had goosebumps yesterday. Well, I am a goose, and it was my birthday.
Welcome to the House of Horror. Sorry, House of Freezer.
Oh, so your name's Hannibal, and you're a cannibal. So what does your friend Hedophile do? Hey, guys, it's me, your token black friend from the start of the movie. I survived!
sorry, I've just seen the price of this rail ticket.
They call me Jigsaw because you have to be desperately bored to do me.
Yeah, I've got a sixth sense. It's called style. Who wants to see dead people when you've got clothes like this?
The Return of the Mummy. Oi, come back.
Your greatest fears are realized. Comedians are getting younger and you don't understand any of their references.
It's alive! Enjoy your probiotic yogurt.
Nosferatu! Manchester City won.
You know, maybe the real monster was the friends we made along the way.
So this is the very room where the jazz musician Fats Domino died. Apparently he collapsed onto a family member who collapsed onto another family member who collapsed onto another family member who collapsed.
Now you've had sex, it will follow you wherever you go. I mean, sorry, congratulations on your new baby.
Actually, it's 4G coverage in these woods. It's actually pretty good.
What do you mean I can't buy a zombie? This is the Body Shop.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a survival show.
No, everyone's dead.
I just love sleeping under the stars. Pavarotti was a bit tricky, though. He was massive.
Nighttime, and most of the gang are enjoying a grilled fish. Nigel the vegan is still foraging for falafel.
And these worms are actually edible and are a really good source of protein. Yet Brian still refuses to go down on me until I've seen a doctor.
You can survive this. Just barricade yourself in the house, board all the windows, don't answer any questions. In 4 weeks, you'll be Prime Minister.
Ben is all alone. He's fallen down a ravine and has no choice but to saw his arm off with a penknife while the camera crew watch him.
And this is the last episode of Survivor because we've eaten Bear Grylls.
3 years I've been on this island with nothing to look at but the sea and the sand and that bridge.
Under these conditions, you've got to sacrifice some creature comforts. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, you know that the first thing you've got to do that day is put on wet socks. But, you know, you've got to wank into something.
I'm here to teach you the essentials of bushcraft. You'll need a sharp blade, a mirror, and some diamante pearls for the vajazzle.
All you have to do is put a little string on the caterpillar's head and wait a couple of months. You've got a lovely little kite.
And you can tell when the rare Irish bullfrog is ready to mate by its distinctive buzzing sound. There it is.
Dave is on the beach catching crabs off of Tracy. Welcome back to Love Island.
There is no food here, and there is no medicine. But we had a referendum, and now we just have to get on with it.
Remember, the duck's natural predator is the pancake.
Well, tonight I'll be eating in the bush, which is a first for me.
You don't understand, man. It was the biggest barbecue ever. They had Bear Grylls.
In these icy conditions, your tongue can get stuck to things. That's the last time I kissed Bear Grylls' arse.
I'm standing very still because over 30 feet away there's a huge water buffalo and he's painting my picture.
And at the end of that, the points go to Angela Hugh Milton. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'm Dara Breen. Good night.
Hi, I'm Ellis James. And I'm John Robbins. We